Barely, but I made it through day 3 of accepting everything on DoorDash. Yesterday was a really freaking hard day, and there was some just stuff I just almost declined, but I managed to do it, and it kind of turned out in the end somewhat. Let's go over these orders. It was a decently high mileage day for how much time I worked. I think I worked like 8 hours, something like that yesterday. I'm hoping to work more today. We'll see. It's just, I don't know. We'll talk about why I didn't go on much further. I could have, but I think I ended my dash at around 9 or 9:30, 10. So maybe a little under 8 hours. I started at around 2-ish. I don't know. Let me see here. 2:39. Yeah, 2:39 was the end of my first order, as you can see here. All right, this is my first order of the day. It was at Subway, which was kind of okay, I guess. I don't have the mileage on there, but I was in the place where it was at. I just ordered Subway. I was getting my sub, and the worker there was like, "Oh, we got a DoorDash in," and I'm like, "Oh, might as well turn on the dash and grab the order." And so I did, and instead of it going towards town, it was going back towards where I live. So I went from, Rochester, because I was at the Rochester Subway. So luckily I was actually at the store in some ways, but I had to go 8 miles back into Oakville, and then I had to come 8 miles back. So it ended up being over 16 miles for $8.25, as you can see here. Technically, it was 23 minutes, but it was another 15 minutes back. Was it 15 minutes? No, probably another 10 minutes-ish, maybe a little bit more than that, because it was on the highway. So about 33-ish minutes back to the store. Shut up, car. And and then also to get back to a place, I got another order. I don't even know where I did get another, I got another order that I didn't get screenshotted, and I didn't get the pay screenshotted, obviously, because I'm pretty sure, maybe I didn't get another order. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's go on. So the next order that I have documented that I did, no, this can't be right, because the starting at 4:08. Pretty sure I got an order going down to Denny's. Pretty dang sure that that took me down south, so it was kind of an okay order, if I remember correctly. Not sure, but it shows. I can always look back on my stuff, but let's get through this. This one was 4.3 miles, $9.25. Normally, I would take an order like this because it's, in town still, and it also sometimes gives me a double order. So, but it didn't give me a double order this time. So I made $9.25 in 25 minutes, $5.25 base pay with $4 tip. Not the greatest, but not the worst in the world. It kind of like in minimum wage-ish time. I don't even know. Let's go on. So the next one actually seemed promising. It was $6.75 plus for 1.9 miles. What was interesting, and I don't know why I never realized this before, but on Pizza Hut's receipt, it actually showed me the tip before I dropped it off, which it was an $8 tip. But then I got there, dropped it off, it became $10.75, so I got an extra 75 cents base pay, which is actually surprising, which makes me think that people are declining the pluses because they are realizing that there isn't much extra pay on those pluses. Like, seriously, it was, this one wasn't too bad, because it did say $6.75, and sometimes the $6.75 becomes only $7. So, not terrible on that one. It took 21 minutes to make $10.75. This one, don't really like doing orders like this, especially when there was other orders on the table from Instacart that I could have done. But I was like, all right, there's a bunch of Instacarts. Hopefully they don't get picked up. They'll increase. I'll just grab them after a bit. Go ahead and do this order. We made, this was an in-between. This is one I saw on Uber. I only have like a 2% acceptance rate, or 3% acceptance rate, something like that. So I do see orders, but they're not always the greatest. But it doesn't matter. I swear it doesn't matter, because I've been at 100% and I'm still seeing really bad orders. I actually did push myself up to 100% on Uber Eats to see if there was good orders at one point and see if it'd make it any better. And no, it didn't seem like it made it much better. Then again, I did do more orders back then, so maybe it was slightly better because I got more orders and I did more on Uber. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't take that one. Another one that I saw was really bad. Could be worse, though. I've done plenty of these on DoorDash. $3.04 for 3.5 miles. No, thank you. That doesn't actually... Well, yeah, it doesn't show the actual... Maybe I'll... I think that's okay to show. Yeah, it should be. It doesn't actually show their address. Anyways, if you think that I should blur anything out, let me know in the comments, and I'll go ahead and make sure to do so afterwards. I might actually try to blur that out just in case, but it should be fine. It's not their actual physical address. Let's go on. I'm still new to this stuff, so I'm trying to figure out everything on doing these videos. I'm trying to make them better as we go. The next one, or I just ended Dash, that's right. And then, did I end Dash? Yeah. No, that's just what I made. I am so blah. I haven't even ate anything yet. Anyway, so the pay on this one, what was this one? Oh, that's right. I got a Happy Teriyaki order for $6, because it was back here. See, I'm spacing. So the base pay was $2.50, and I got $3.50 for the tip, making it $6. And oh yeah, that's for the 2 orders, 44 minutes, $16.75 for 44 minutes. This one almost caused me to break. I almost did not do this one. I was like, really should decline this one, but I kept on going. I'm still accepting everything, but man, I don't understand orders like this. $6 for 11.3 miles. Going from Centralia down to Napa Vine. This is ridiculous. And this wasn't even a no-tip order, which I'm going to go ahead and show what the pay was. It turned out being... Okay, this is another order that I got that was $7.10 for 4.6 miles, which is not as bad as it could be, but Panda Express, oh my gosh, they take for frickin' ever. 15 minutes every time I go there, if not for longer. Anyways, so I made, okay, the base pay was $4 on that KFC order, and I got a $2 tip. That was pretty bad. You wouldn't think it could get worse, right? I don't know. It just depends on how you look at it. But we got some even worse orders coming. There was not, like, I would say the best order of the day was probably that KFC order for $10.75, which still isn't that great, but it's better than the rest of the orders that I got today. This was not a good day, in my opinion. This one came up, and oh my freaking gosh, I did not want to accept this one. This was ridiculous. $13.50 for 17.9 miles, which is just insane in my opinion. And I did it. 14 miles to get to that Subway. But it kind of turned out okay. Kind of. So I got that. 18 miles out in the middle of nowhere. There's no orders usually until I get back to Napa Vine. I don't see another order. But I did go ahead and, talk to the customer, let her know that it was like 14 miles just to the store. And, I was good with the customer, told her about how, I called them. See, that's one thing I do too. When it's orders like this, they don't make the order until you get there. So what I do when it's orders like this, there's this Subway, which this is the first time I've been down to this one. I'm actually, I didn't know they went down this far, at least in this zone. But the other Subway is in Tenino, and that one constantly, the order will be out there for like anywhere between 1 hour up to even 5 hours before I deliver the orders. I've had orders be out there that long. And I've had them actually have the sub there for like 2 hours and already made. And they do remake it. I always tell them, if it's sitting there that long, it's not going to be any good. Please remake it. But what they've been doing is not making it until I get there. I haven't seen them do that in a while where it's already ready. But what I do is I call them immediately and let them know that I'm on the way, how long it'll take until I get there. So hopefully they'll have it ready. And they usually do a pretty good job. And I know when I call, and I did that to this Subway, and I'm like, I'm 10 minutes out. Please start making the sub. And they're like, all right, I'll let them know. And I get there, and the guy's on the phone, and the other guy's in the back. And I'm like, what the crap? I called you 10 minutes ago. You haven't even started on the sub? No, we don't make them until you get here. I'm like, what the crap? So then I had to wait for him to make the subs, and he makes me the wrong order. Luckily, I checked because he just handed it to me, and I'm like, and I could tell he made 2 subs. So I look at my order, and I'm like, was it? I don't know if I'm supposed to say what items are on the order. I don't know if it matters, but I'm like, is it that specific sandwich? I saw you make 2, and he's like, what's the name? So I gave him the name, and he's like, oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, I got to make this one. So he makes the right sub, and so I get that one delivered to the customer, and she does tip me an extra $5, which does make it $18.50, which is a little bit better for 18 miles. So we got $9.50 base pay on that, $4 tip, and then afterwards it became more, so it's $41.25, and then the other one, which I actually got lucky on. The next one I would consider somewhat of a good order. I didn't get the screenshot of like where it was going or how many miles it was, but it was $14 to go back up north where I wanted to go anyways. So that's fine. At least I'm making something instead of going 18 miles down and then 12 miles back. That would have been $18 for what is that? 18 miles plus 12, so 30 miles for $13. But luckily it did turn into 18, but even 30 miles for 18 still not that great. But I did get the extra order, which was a $14 order going where I needed to go. Technically, I still had to go off the freeway a couple miles and then back up from there. But yeah, it turned into $14. It was $8.50 base pay and a $5.50 tip. Is the highest suggested tip, which I think is freaking ridiculous. I really believe the highest suggested tip should always be something every driver considers a good order. That is how I look at it. Anyways, let's go on. And then I get this, which kind of is all right. It was going, to an area I wanted to go, and it stays in a zone, so it's all right. But it's a catering order for 13.3 miles or $19.06. Another high mileage order, but at least it is, going where I technically want to go. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Luckily, it was ready when I got there, and they didn't close yet because they closed at 8:30, and I got there at 8:25. So I was able to get the order, and in some ways, it's a good thing. It was $19. Could be worse. It's another 13.3 miles on my car, but luckily there's no miles back because it's landing in the zone, or at least not many miles back. So we got our $19, and we made $74.31 in 3 hours and 12 minutes in that dash. It was a $5.50 base pay with a $13.56 tip. I'm surprised I got that much. It used to be a lot higher though. Man, catering orders, like at least large orders as they're pretty much called now, I haven't seen many of the easy catering orders. Even then, it's still, I don't know. I haven't seen anything great at all. There's barely been any catering orders lately. They're just too spread out between drivers now. Before, it only went out to the people that had, the catering bag, which I have right there. But now it goes out to anyone. Except, I think technically on the easy catering orders, you're still supposed to have a catering order bag, but I don't know. Anyways, so we got the next order, which is another freaking high mileage order. It's like everything except that one order was high mileage yesterday. We got this one. 13.9 miles, $16 going through Rochester. Got 3 items. I didn't really want to do this one. I wanted to stay in the zone and, do quick orders and whatnot, but staying on this challenge, I'm doing it, at least for now. I don't know how much longer I can take this, but I'm making it, at least for now. So I did this order, I dropped it off, and I made $16, so $14 base pay, $2 tip. Thinking that order is out there a while because it could have been much worse. That was a $2 freaking tip. At least they tipped this time, though. I've delivered to these same customers, and they tipped 0 multiple times. So at least I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I've delivered there. But at least I got something. That tip should have been so much better. Anyway, so that was my day because I just was like, whatever, it's 9:30. Let's go home, try to get up and going earlier. Right now it's 9:22, so I'm going to eat some food, try to get out of here by 10, hopefully. But yeah, it was not the greatest. And I also did a couple Instacarts. That's why I paused or whatnot. I made $21 on Instacart yesterday, so and I think total I made 130 yesterday between the other Dash and the Instacart. But the Instacarts weren't that great either. Let me see if I can find the current week. There we go. Yeah, so these are my stats. Okay, so got 20. Okay, that's total. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. So the 7th, yesterday, we got $9 for pay earnings, $12.29 tips. One order was $7.16, and the other order was $14.45. $14.45 order was pretty good. Just had a couple items on it, but alcohol, and it was decent, good enough. It was only like a couple miles away from the store, and a couple miles total. The other order was only like a mile away, but it was annoying because it's like, make sure the deli slices it thin sliced and you have them slice it. I don't want the pre-sliced meat, blah, blah, blah. Luckily, the deli wasn't busy, or I would not want to do this order for $7.16. And there was like 10 items, and he added another item. So it's like 11 separate items and deli items. But I did get through it decently quickly. Let me see. Do I have time on that? Does it show my time? I need to hurry up. Make this video. Let me see if... Does it show me the time? I don't want to show that. Yeah, that's too specific of a location. I don't want to show that. It took me... No, that's active total hours, isn't it? Drop off. So I started at 4:34 and I dropped off at 4:56. So about 22 minutes for that order to make $7. Anyways, and the other one, let me see. I think that did take me a little bit of time. It took me, started at 3:08, dropped off at 3:35, so about a half an hour for 2.9 miles, because there was, I know it was only 2 items, but there's a little bit of, it was confusing. I had a discussion with the customer trying to figure out if she wanted a specific item, because she had notes for a specific item, and then she kept going back and forth, so I had to like walk back and forth in the store, and I had to take pictures letting her know that they don't have the item. Anyways, so what was I gonna do? I wanted to show off, oh yeah, my stats, and then we'll be done. Almost done with day 3. We're gonna go start on day 4 though. That will be today. Gonna try to get out there and get going. Anyways, so my acceptance rate is now 88%. Completion rate is 99%. I got a 5-star still. I haven't dropped anything yet, luckily, with all thumbs up. 13,602 deliveries completed and 5,245 shopping orders. And then, was that everything I wanted to show? I think so. Oh, yeah, I guess we could do that too. And then in 3 days, I mean, made $461.23 in 16 hours and 14 minutes active time, or 21 hours dash time, which, oh, how much is that? We're going to count the active time just to make it seem better. 461 divided by 16. 461 divided by 16 hours would be $28.81 that I'm making technically. But if you include all the dash time, all the time that I'm not getting any orders, that I'm just sitting and waiting or driving from home to an area that I can get an order, that would be 22 hours or close to it, divided by, it would be 461 divided by 22 equals, so about $21 an hour, but that excludes all the gas and all the wear and tear on my car. So it pretty much puts me at minimum wage, excluding benefits and excluding sick pay and excluding etc. Could be worse though. I have seen it a lot worse. Anyways, gosh dang it. Stupid. Trying to get my car on to show my mileage, and I have to touch my key. There we go. Almost done. Last thing to show off. Shut up. Okay, we got, we're at, what? Got 37 miles in my tank. Not ready to drive. What the heck? It said I only had 4,000. Oh, okay, there we go. We're up to 16,487 miles on my car now. And I purchased my car about 3 months ago. I was limiting mileage, but now we are doing anything. I'm probably going to start trying to pause dash, but it's like impossible. And it made no sense to pause dash if I had to go down to 18 miles and then come back. I guess I could have paused it somewhere in between, but it's like, if I have to go that far south anyways, might as well keep it on. No point in pausing and coming back up. And luckily I didn't, because I did get that one that came back up and kind of made it a little more worth it. Anyways, that's going to be my day. I need to hurry up and eat and get to work. Please thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know what your worst order of the day is or was, and what your best order of the day was, or anything else you want to comment. Also, let me know if anything I could do to improve in a quick way, as I don't have a lot of time, and I shouldn't actually be spending 23 minutes on these videos. I need to start trying to figure out how to be more concise. I want my videos to only be at 8 minutes at max, not 23 minutes. Please thumbs up, share, comments. I think I already said that. Bye for now, guys. On to day 4. See how long I can make it. I am accepting everything. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but yeah, I'm accepting everything for as long as I can possibly make it. Plan to hit 100% and go past that if I can make it that far. We'll see. Bye for now, guys.